All right, so here's our abduction exercise. So this is essentially what we're gonna do for training it through external rotation or hip rotation, right? Everything else we showed you so far is based on, different types of squatting patterns. So this one is gonna allow us to focus a little bit more on that glute med, which is a little bit more of that upper glute area. But it's pretty straightforward here. The one thing I would say with this is the further in hip extension we can get, the more glute we're probably going to be able to work through here, versus a lot of people that are hinging at the hip, right? And they're probably creating even more of an opportunity for those smaller glute muscles at the top there to work. Again, working through hip extension, where if we go back literally years ago, a lot of these machines actually had a reclining seat to put you more into hip extension. And I'm not really sure how years later we've gotten to the point where everybody's hinged over and they're holding to the front of the machine. But nonetheless, again, we're gonna try to sit back as far as we can, even with the intent of trying to extend the hip as much as we can there. Not any of that. We're gonna keep the, and now boom, we're gonna hold on to the side where the handles are to really make sure that we have enough stability. And now we're gonna open up and we're gonna squeeze in that outer position. And I would just say open up, squeeze there, right? And then slowly lower it back in. So again, this is where you wanna make sure that you watch those tempos, right? And we could probably set this for every movement that we did here today, but I forgot. Where if you're looking at the tempos, we're gonna see a lot of pauses in those lengthened positions there, especially when we're trying to hit the glutes, or in this case, it's the shortened position. But we're usually gonna tell people to pause and then 3-second eccentric. And then we're gonna come out, we're gonna pause, 3-second eccentric. Really pausing at those end ranges allow us to control that weight a little bit better. But I think that is about it for the seated hip abduction.